My day on September 11th of '01 was like any other. I'd get into the office about 7 o'clock. It was a beautiful fall day. I worked as a corporate bond broker. I went up to the 84th floor. My name is Richard Hannaford. I am a survivor of the attacks on September 11th.
Unconfirmed report that a plane has crashed into one of the towers there. We are efforting more information on this subject as it becomes available to you.
I had two friends from the desk had gone over to the corner, and they came wheeling back and said, something's going on. And at that time, I was looking out the window, and there's paper flying around. And, you know, when you're a quarter of a mile up in the sky and you see 8.5 by 11 paper flying around, you know, something has happened.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
We found a stairwell and just started working our way down. And so we were between the 41st and second floors when the plane hit our building. And it was like being in an earthquake when the plane hit our building. All I wanted to do was get down and get out of the building. And I just kept telling everybody, I told everybody, I said, look, all we got to do is get down here as quickly as we can. And we got down to about the 20th floor, I guess it was. And that's when the firemen started coming up. You know, I can still see some of those faces. Excuse me. There are things happening that I couldn't just process. You know, I saw a couple holding hands 30 floors above the ground. You know, shit, it's just unseeable. You can't unsee it. And then we walked up towards City Hall, and that's when we got to City Hall is about when our building came down. Got my wife and just said, look, just call anybody, call my parents, call my brother. Excuse me, make sure they know I'm okay.
Well, that day was a turning point in my life. I woke up after one of the planes had already hit. And so, and I was stuck to the TV just watching what's going on and thinking, this can't be real. You know, what is going on? What's happening? Calls in the background, my mom calling family in New York, making sure people are okay. We don't know what's going on, trying to figure out where everybody's at. 9/11 happened. I knew there was no doubt that I had to do it. If I didn't do it, who was going to do it? I joined the United States Navy, but we were attacked for nothing more than being free. And so that's when I decided to join. And that was, I guess, September 2001, and then a couple weeks after that, I was in boot camp, ready to go. Me and two of my buddies from high school, we all joined together.
That's the most important thing is that it doesn't happen again. And part of the reason it hasn't happened is because of our military.
You know, a whole generation of people joined just like I did. Richard saw those days. You know, he saw that happen. He was there, ground zero, 9/11. He's seen evil up close and personal. Every single person that joined like I did wanted to make sure that nobody else had to see that too. When I found out who he was, it was a surreal kind of experience to meet him and talk with him, and we've become friends since then.
You know, I was looking for something that would be something I could put time into to, you know, where my experience somehow fit or mattered. You know, my wife and I come here and spend a little time each week helping put together care packages, and I firmly believe that every one of these boxes, everyone that goes out, creates at least one smile and a feeling of warmth and they're not forgotten, which is, it's just so important. We are the land of the free because of the brave. I love that quote, and that's absolutely true. And freedom isn't free. It costs American lives. But through that sacrifice, we have the greatest country on the planet, I think.